Bridesmaids is the perfect comedy movie. Facts. I've never been more serious about anything. I'm even holding my microphone.
I cracked a blanket in half.
I've never referenced a piece of media more than I do Bridesmaids. In fact, if I had a nickel for every time I quote this film or I work it into a conversation, if I had a nickel. This photograph. Kristen Wiig, SNL legend.
My hips have clenched. God, I got cramps in my butt.
Icon.
Successfully voided. Your real total is $38.51, and here's a wink for free.
Unmatched comedic timing, maybe ever.
Hands on duties.
Maya Rudolph, perfect Beyonce impersonation, no notes.
Howdy, Shaw Evans. It's a pleasure for you to have me. Okay, this wing came correct.
Side quest, did you know that Maya Rudolph's mother is Minnie Riperton? Rose Byrne, Australian queen of accents. Why, yes, I would love a side of Rose Byrne in every comedy movie ever.
Premium economy. Sounds like a pen for dirty animals.
Perfect casting. Dare I say Sydney Sweeney's immaculate. Now let me set the scene. The year is 2011. There's a comedy drought. How do I know this? I don't. I am a teenager watching this film for the very first time, unable to comprehend, to grasp what this film is about to do to the world of cinema. A revolution, perhaps. Why, yes. And it's because of this that Paul Feig can do whatever he wants, and he will never be wrong, even if it's incest in not one, but two movies. Cut to today. Undisclosed location and date for privacy reasons. Surfshark, I'm waiting for the email for us to collab. Send it. Present day, older me, listen. I'm not ready to tackle this film. Okay? It requires a certain panache, a certain energy, a certain vibology to properly and correctly address Bridesmaids. Yet I stand before you. I am just a boy sitting in front of my camera asking you to listen. Also, subscribe for more content.
I cracked a blanket in half.
The movie opens with Annie, our leading lady main character syndrome, getting down and dirty with a certain Mr. John Hamm. Now listen, John Hamm, Mad Men, corporate toxicity, yes. John Hamm, Bridesmaids, no. He looks like he smells of cigarettes and regret, and I am lying. I would totally do him no matter what. Oh, get away from me, heathen. Annie wakes up in the morning, refreshes herself to impress a man who isn't worth her time. Ladies who relate, get in line. It's time for some tough love. Stop it.
Oh, I was having a nightmare. I was so scared.
Oh, get your shit together, Carol. I can smell the desperation through the screen.
This is so awkward. I really want you to leave, but I don't know how to say it without sounding like a dick.
Humiliating our female protagonist beyond human comprehension in the first 5 minutes of the film? Why, yes. Yes, we are. Annie and her best friend Lillian meet up at the park to do a fitness class without paying. In their defense, who has money to pay for a fitness class by a social media influencer who does it in a public place, in a park? Maybe your business model deserves to be taken advantage of, sir. Maybe you should do it in private, but it is the economy. The economy is collapsed. It's bad. It's crashed.
Sorry, Rodney. We're on a budget.
Oh, come on. It's only 12 bucks.
12 bucks, I could buy back then 2 packs of cigarettes. Now, 1. Nicotine, fitness. It's maths. Lillian has been dating a guy named Dougie. Dougie calls her dude all the time. And side quest, I learned recently that men want women who act like men but look like women. The male psychology of it all. I cracked the code.
Say crack again.
Crack. Annie confesses she had an adult sleepover with Ted. Ugh.
Did you let him sleep over in your mouth?
The concept of an adult sleepover in someone's mouth, oh, the euphemism of it all, the art of filmmaking. Annie's life is, for a lack of a better word, a disaster. She opened the bakery in the middle of a recession, which then closed due to said recession, leaving her with no choice but to take a job in a jewelry store at the behest of her mother's AA friend who manages the store. Let's break this down into digestibles. What is a recession? The concept being, I've been hearing about recessions for forever. And for forever, I've been haunted by this looming concept. Is it coming? Is it not? Is it here? Are we in it right now? Have we always been in a recession since I can remember? Why, yes. Yes, we have. It's real and it's all around us, but not in its etymology. Don't ask me what etymology is, because I don't know. And when I say that we've been in a recession and we are in a recession, I'm of course ignoring all legalities and matters of facts that make a recession, and I'm instead just complaining. We complain. We whine. Does somebody need a wambulance? Wah, 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 wah. Also, working at a jewelry store selling eternal love? That's modern day torture right there. Annie's boss chastises her.
Show Annie your love is eternal face.
And that's how you know love is love, thanks to Kahlua.
Why can't you be more like Kahlua?
My mom to me if I had a sister named Kahlua. But back to my previous point, yes, Annie's life is in shambles. Working a job she hates, single and ready to jump off a cliff, and at home, she shares an apartment with Rebel Wilson, character named Bryn, predating Fat Amy by a year and a half before Fat Amy fatted and Amy'd. Her brother is Matt Lucas, internationally known for Vicky Pollard.
Yeah, because what happened was this whole thing happened, what I didn't even know nothing about, because Ashley Kramer's been going around saying that Samantha's brother smells of mud. But anyway, Shab never even stole no car, so Shab!
See how Bryn dumps peas on her infected lower back tattoo, fearless, unafraid of sepsis, adventurous, some might even dare to say, I'll dare to say it, adventurous. Indiana Jones who? But guess what?
Would you like some apple?
Lillian is engaged to the dude that calls her dude a lot. Like I said, men want women that act like men and look like women. You know what that means? Oh no, miserable party of one, population Annie, who is fittingly so happy for Lillian. So happy, in fact, that she can't vocalize distinguishable words to express just how happy she is for her best friend. Instead, she makes sounds. Relatable. If I was a down on her luck gal who opened a bakery during a recession, lost it, lost her boyfriend, and now lives with two siblings who probably lick each other's toes to fall asleep at night, I would be... And I would. It's that serious. Annie visits her mom, who, for lack of a better expression, is like my spirit animal. She can't go to the engagement party with Annie because she has an AA meeting she has to attend. Annie says, you're not supposed to go to those if you're not actually an alcoholic. Her mother retorts to her retortion,
only because I've never had a drink.
Can we blame her? Can we blame her? No. She also tells Annie the riveting, inspirational story of a fellow AA attendant who started blow plus jobbing to get crack. And I'm saying blow plus jobbing because I don't want to get demonetized. But what have you done today to get crack? Case in point. Okay. We also hear of Barb, who has been married to Annie's father for the past 10 years, but don't worry, she's still a W-H-O-R-E.
She's still a whore, yes. You know, I'm sure she greets him in the evening, beaver first.
Beaver first. Put that in my tombstone. Annie then drives her derelict car to the engagement party of the century. The dresses are dressing, the suits are suiting, the guests are guesting. Rita is Lillian's cousin. She has 3 sons, and they are disgusting, they smell, and they're sticky.
I cracked a blanket in half.
The concept of cracking a blanket in half is reason 5033 why I'll never have kids. Next up, Becca, a friend from work. Becca is married to this man who will only have sex with her in the dark under the blankets after they have showered separately. Their honeymoon?
Disney World.
Disney World, double crime. Write that in their joint obituary. See, someone needs to tell her, but I fear no one will. R.I.P. Becca's libido. You will never know the joys of climaxing.
And I'm Becca. This is my husband. You don't have a husband.
In case you're wondering why Becca chose fighting words, she is married to a gay Disney man. Let her live. Next up, Megan, the groom's sister, delivering an Oscar-worthy performance because she was literally nominated for an Oscar for this performance. Melissa McCarthy. Remember her? Special cameo in Charlie's Angels, aka the best super spy secret agents girl boss movie of the 2000s. This is her uprising. The Melissa McCarthy supremacy.
I'm not going to say I survived and say I thrived.
Words to live and die for. The congregation says amen. I say Megan. She met a dolphin, she had a connection, and she's going to climb that man like a tree later. Megan. And lastly, Helen. Guys, let me tell you about Helen, okay? Only once, nay once, has there been a female performance that has defied all laws of physics. So powerful, it reshaped the meaning of serving Rachel McAdams in Mean Girls as Regina George, of course, until today. It should be studied how hard Rose Byrne bodied this performance. Everyone was starving at this party because Helen was eating them up so ferociously the English dictionary lacks the verbiage to describe it. You're so cute. You're so sweet. How can you argue? How can you argue? You can't. You can feel the rising tension between these two ladies. Who is Lillian's favorite? Who will prevail as the ultimate best friend of the bride? This is not a joke, okay? This is war. Time for speeches, and Annie, maid of honor, keeps it short and sweet. She's known Lillian her entire life, okay? This is not about how much Annie loves Lillian. This is Lillian's moment. Let's let her enjoy it. And in comes Helen. Thank you, Annie. That was so sweet.
Thank you, Annie. That was so sweet. Thank you.
I need you to pay attention to the condescending tone in Helen's voice. She takes over the microphone and pops off. And I quote, "You made me realize how I can trust people again." I'm sorry. Is this a wedding speech or a lesbian declaration of love? Well, it's both, you see. It's a 2-in-1. And then the finisher, "Lillian, you are my best friend." Oh, double combo knockout. She references an inside joke, goes on about how the bride changed her life, and finishes off with, "You are my best friend." You better not keep my Lil on a leash because I still need my drunken Saturday nights at Rockin' Sushi, okay? Who comes up with this shit? I want to know. Helen heard Annie's speech, took a massive stinking shit on it, and then smeared it all over Annie's face in front of the guests. All finished off with, "Dessert wine is out." Annie must fight back. She steps up to the stage. She's known Lillian her entire life, so she thanks her in front of all the guests for carefully selecting her as her maid of honor because we know you had other choices. Side-eye Helen. Did someone summon Helen? Because here she comes. And she's bringing a foreign language into the mix.
Kun ben song nong kong chan, sung chan, jakat madai, my ben chennan.
It means you are a part of me, a part that I could never live without. And I hope and I pray that I never have to. Kapkunka. 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 Dessert wine is out. Consuelo, wrap it up. But Annie retaliates. This is not over yet. Foreign languages. I raise you Spanish. Gracias para vivir en la casa, las escuelas, el azul marcada. Tienes convivir en las fosfats. I speak Spanish, and that was beautiful artistry. Oh, you thought they were done. Listen, this is serious business, okay? Helen can communicate with Lillian with simply a look. Thank you. Dessert wine is out. We're done. Annie, activate best friend power. Snatch the mic. Lillian. Keep smiling. Keep shining. Knowing you can always count on me. For sure. That's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore.
That's what friends are for.
Give them an Oscar, you cowards.
Oh, hi, I'm Helen. Oh, you live in Milwaukee. Oh, I'm sorry.
Annie's crashing out while driving her car and gets stopped by an Irish cop, Officer Nathan Rhodes. Side quest, a distressing piece of information that I found out. When I watched this movie for the first time, I was a teenager, okay? A young teenager. Now, in today's present day, I am exactly 2 years younger than Chris O'Dowd when he gave this performance. Me, in 2 years, I'm gonna start crashing out like Annie. Give me a car. Pissed. I'm angry. I'm seething. Nathan is actually a good guy, and he decides to not give her a ticket after finding out that she used to own Cake Baby, the bakery he used to love, and that her boyfriend dumped her after the business went under. Oof.
Cream puffs.
Cream puffs.
My bullies to me if I grew up in England. Oi, cream puff! This is my impression of a homophobic teenager in England.
Oi, Pufter. Oi, Batty boy. Oi, mister. Do you like it up the bum, no babies?
Ahead of the wedding, Annie and Helen meet at a very exclusive country club to play tennis.
You need a ride home later?
Fuck off, Helen.
Was that a crusty teenager humbling the incomparable Helen Harris III? Why, yes. Yes, it was. What follows is the tennis match to end all tennis matches. The challengers could never, okay? We have loud grunts, balls hitting boobs, balls hitting throats. What do you think they said when they got to the last two playing balls of the game?
Carol! Get your shit together, Carol!
Get your shit together, Carol! In case you were wondering, yes, that was indeed cinema. Back home, Annie demands Bryn start paying rent, pull her share of the burden. That is living in a desolate capitalistic society that forces people in their mid to late 30s to have roommates. What is this, a 90s sitcom? Ugh. No luck though. Bryn is on a tourist visa, so she's only allowed to tour unless you want me to go down the street and prostitute myself. Do you want to put your American sausage in my English McMuffin?
No, but we did that.
Guess what time it is? Time for a bridal lunch ahead of a bridal fitting. And Annie, who always knows the best places to eat, takes them to have churrasco Brazil. Side quest, if you've never had rodízio brasileiro, then you are truly missing out. Those are some real nasty, greasy slices of meat that, oh, just hit the right spot.
Yeah.
It's literally heaven. And
Oh, look, you can get your checks cashed next door.
a 2-in-1. Inside this beautiful restaurant, Helen isn't eating because she doesn't want to bloat ahead of the fitting, which is very smart. But not Megan. Megan's eating because
Nope. Physically, I don't bloat.
it's a gift. Rita shares how her 9-year-old talks to her after she's slaved away in the kitchen cooking a beautiful meal for her loving family. Mom, why don't you go and fuck yourself? He's 9. Annie suggests a French-themed bridal shower because Lillian has always wanted to go to Paris.
Personally, the Paris seems a bit been there, done that.
Remember that war we talked about? The war continues. Becca suggests a Pixar-themed bridal party in case you forgot she's married to a Disney adult. And Megan throws out the best one yet, Fight Club. We blindfold Lillian, tie her up, and then beat the shit out of her. Well, yes. Yes, I'd like to do that. For the globally renowned bridal fitting experience, they go to none other than Belle en Blanc. Do I know it? Hell no. Do I care? Not a single bit. Has a French name, which means it's probably fancy and pretentious and very exclusive. And it is. They have no openings for the next 7 weeks. Annie is really phoning in this job of maid of honor, a job she never asked for, but nonetheless is hers. And this once again gives Helen the opportunity to swoop in and have another win. She knows the manager of Belle en Blanc. Of course she does. She's Helen. Oh, you live in Milwaukee? Oh, I'm sorry. And what follows is, how do I say, cinematic storytelling masterpiece. Like, this is how you do fart humor, crap humor, doo-doo.
Get here. Jesus, Megan.
This is it, okay? Adam Sandler, take notes. Stop forever. Helen spots a Fritz Bernays. Ladies, it's a Fritz Bernays. I just don't think that you can go wrong with a Fritz Bernays. I mean, it's a Fritz Bernays. It's unique. It's couture. This is made in France.
This is $800. I'm kidding. It's on sale.
Oh my gosh.
Are you serious?
Annie's panicking. She's broke. She can't afford $800 for a dress that she's going to wear once. Okay, does it come with a car? No. Does it come with a 1-year supply of Barry's boot camp? I think not. But it's a Fritz Bernays, and you just can't go wrong with a Fritz Bernays. I'm sorry. Guess who is designing Lillian's wedding dress? If not Helen's personal friend from France.
Lady Saint Petsois Juju.
Did you hear that? She said Juju. Oh, it's on.
You can twirl, you can move in it.
Oh.
You can spread your legs apart.
Controversial take, never underestimate the importance of being able to spread your legs in a dress. When future historians study Annie's slow descent into a murderous rampage, this will be one of the key chapters. They all got food poisoning from the Brazilian restaurant. It's coming out of both sides, up and down. Ooh, it's gonna be a shitty disaster. They are sweating. They are gray. Megan, who physically does not bloat, is about to explode. Rita is ready to sacrifice her 3 sons to stop the stomachache. Lillian is wearing a 2-year-old Juju dress. Shit's about to go down. Literally. They all run to the nearest bathroom, and it's absolute mayhem. Rita pukes on the toilet seat. Becca pukes on her head. Megan jumps onto the sink, ready, set, let it all go. It's coming out of her like hot lava. It's absolute carnage for these ladies who lunch. They're not thriving. Except for Annie. Annie is determined to not let Helen see her sweat. She's pretending like she doesn't have a wet patch the size of Lake Michigan between her breasts. In fact, I'm hungry, and I wish I had a snack. You're hungry? Practically starving. Kristen Wiig eating a Jordan almond, fighting the urge to puke. This is why they invented feminism. Imagine being robbed of the experience of seeing this, followed by Lillian in a 2-year-old Juju dress running across the street only to stop mid-journey to squat and, oh, you're really doing it. Oh, you're shitting in the street. Bonus scene from the extended 3-minute longer version of this film. Annie and Lillian dealing with the aftermath of puke and explosive diarrhea gate.
Can you spell diarrhea?
Diarrreah.
Kristen Wiig fighting the urge to vomit. Burn that in the back of my eyelid so that's all I see whenever I close my eyes. Unsettling scene of 2 grown siblings soaking in each other's bathwater. Another bonus scene from the extended 3 minutes longer version of this film. Annie goes on a blind date Becca set her up for and is forced to hang out with Tyler, the man's son. What follows is Kristen Wiig trying not to laugh as this kid throws the most unhinged one-liners out into the ether. The ether was not ready. Are you afraid of dying? Because my mom's gonna kill you. You're making me uncomfortable. Your hair looks burned. Are you gonna make a baby with my father? My grandma died where you're sitting. Right where your underpants are. Wanna watch me dance? She then overhears the father on the phone to his ex groveling to get back with her. She rushes out the house only to realize the kid ate Saturday's pill, birth control in a prepubescent boy. The mind of whoever wrote this was minding. Annie hooks up with John Hamm once again, self-respect in the toilet, and later bumps into Officer Nathan Rhodes at the store. They chat, flirt, get along, and end the night early in the morning measuring people's driving speed. Can you spell romance? Pop quiz. What is the most important part of wedding planning and a staple, a hallmark of any wedding movie ever? The bachelorette party. Yep. If you think about the amount of movies about bachelor parties and bachelorette parties, it really is a category of its own. Annie fires a group email suggesting a weekend at Lillian's family lake house. Perfect spot, nostalgic, cozy, affordable. Keywords, people. Less than half a millisecond later, Helen calls. Lake house. A bachelorette in a cabin. Full-time hater, yes. Wrong? Never. Everybody wants Vegas, and Annie is both poor and outnumbered. Roll the slow walk into the airplane. When I say best airplane scene in movie history, you say Bridesmaids. Best airplane scene in movie history? Thank you. Poor Annie, literally, sits in economy while the ladies who lunch and shit in bridal stores bask in the rich ambiance of first class. Megan befriends her husband's cameo, and she is absolutely convinced that he has a gun up his butt. Like, I mean in the hole, hidden between the cheeks. Rita and Becca bond over drinks.
2 double 7 and 7s. You'll like it, it's sweet.
All the while, Annie is having a flight from hell. Not only is she too poor to fly first class, she is also afraid of flying, and the pills Helen gave her to take the edge off have not in fact taken the edge off. In fact, the edge is very much on. The fact is the on of the edge is on. Edge is on as a fact. Edge is off as not a fact. How do we make the fact unfact? So at Helen's advice, she necks a tall glass of alcohol, and minutes later, art. I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party, yeah, with the best of them. And I'm gonna go down to the river. It's exceptional, even more exceptional than a Fritz Bernays. Everyone agrees? Why, yes. Oh, you do? Helen is the tattoo these lines all over my body. Flight attendant approaches Annie. What type of peasantry is happening here? Economy girlies are not allowed to stand near first class girlies during ascent or during flight or even descent.
Welcome to Germany.
Auf Wiedersehen, asshole.
Annie, stop it, Annie. So what does Annie do in face of a crisis? She puts on sunglasses, goes incognito, sneaks her way into an empty seat in first class next to this dude. But Annie gets caught by Steve again. Yeah, I'm Mrs. Iglesias. Helen and Lillian approach. Helen offers to pay for her because, and I quote, Annie shouldn't miss out just because she can't afford it.
Help me, I'm poor.
No.
Oh, so good. Annie gets kicked out back to economy, but not before some fighting words. Stove. What kind of name is that? Stove. Are you an appliance? No, I'm a man and my name is Steve. You're a flight attendant. You know, the casual homophobia of it all, I don't even mind. Yes.
I have an announcement too. There is a colonial woman on the wing. It's a woman on the wing. I saw her. There is something they're not telling us.
The concept of a colonial woman churning butter on that wing. Where else? Where else are you getting fed like you are right now with Bridesmaids? A colonial woman churning butter on that wing. I'm pretty sure that's like 10 different types of racist. And yet it made it into cinema. It made it into a movie. Unfortunately, this little announcement ends in disaster. Okay, they're kicked out of the plane and they're forced to return home on a bus. Not every movie can give you the comedy of a bachelorette party before you even get to the destination, except for Bridesmaids, because it's a talent. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, so Lillian gives all the shower duties to Helen, not Annie, because Annie seems to be struggling. Ooh. Helen took Annie down with 2 pills and a drink. Check. Depressed and down on her luck, Annie hangs out with Officer Rhodes. He calls her maid of dishonor. Chuckle, chuckle. They sleep together. Morning comes. Officer Rhodes arranges all the utensils and ingredients needed for Annie to bake again. He wants to fix her, to bring her joy back. Annie wants to not. No happy ending comes easy, guys. She storms out. She storms off. Goodbye. Then at work, Annie deals with a pesky teenager customer who wants to get a necklace that says best friends forever for her best friend. And Annie can't stop herself from inserting her ongoing personal drama into a work routine, so she offers some pushback. Except this girl woke up on the right side of the bed for hostility today. What follows is an improvised back and forth, full uncut version, 10 minutes long on YouTube. You heard that right. 10 minutes of these two going at each other back and forth. It's glorious. Call me when your boobs come in. You call me when your boobs come in. Oh, I'm sure you're very popular at school. Have fun giving birth at your prom masterclass. TLDR version, Annie calls her a little and is fired by the alcoholic her non-alcoholic mom is sponsoring in AA meetings. And you're never going to believe it. Her day is about to get worse. She gets home to the siblings from Flowers in the Attic. You know Flowers in the Attic, the movie where two siblings get stuck in the attic and then they get it going and they have kids together? Yeah. They ask her to move out because they're finally ready to live as God intended them to. Brother and sister who scissor at night. Annie lives every millennial's nightmare during COVID. She has to move in with her mom. And yet, this is still not her rock bottom, because now we will be introducing the crash out of the century. Lillian's Parisian-themed bridal shower, which, if you've been paying attention, was Annie's idea, the same idea Helen shot down with a patronizing, "Been there, done that?" One thing Helen will have is the nerve. They carry the guests inside on white horses, guys. Come on. The party favors? Cute little puppies? Hello. Now there's some lingering tension between Annie and Lillian, but nonetheless, they are besties, and Annie has the perfect gift from a childhood best friend, if you're not into material things and you don't actually care about gifts. A box full of Lillian's favorite things from her favorite stores from her childhood. 10 out of 10 intention, 1 out of 10, never get me something like this, okay? If you're gonna give me a gift, give me cash and then walk away. That's a gift. But Helen steals the thunder of a thoughtful gift with a trip to Paris, so Lillian can do an in-person fitting with Miss Saint Petois Jeju.
Helen's taking me to Paris.
Did you hear that? Oh yeah, I said Jeju and also crash out of the century. Are you fucking kidding me? Motherfucking Paris? What kind of woman takes another woman to Paris? Lesbians, am I right? We're all thinking it.
Yes, we're all thinking it, right?
Listen, there's only so much Annie can take in the form of passive-aggressive bullying by the incomparable Helen Harris III. And she goes full white woman rage rampage. She runs outside to try the fucking cookie, falls on the floor, the cookie crashes all over her, then she tries to topple the chocolate fountain, realizing it is very much secure on the floor. Then Lillian comes outside, ready to end whatever the fuck Annie's going through, and they have a screaming match. You ruined all my wedding events, and it's all Helen's fault, and your head is so far up her bleached asshole, I don't know where you stop and she begins, and
I got my asshole bleached too! And I love my new asshole!
Annie leaves and is disinvited to the wedding on her way out, and she also can't take a party favor, i.e. a puppy. And side quest, I don't know why she tried to take a puppy, because, like, you can barely keep yourself alive, girl. You do not need a dog in your life, okay? You don't need the extra responsibility.
I'm proud of you, Lil.
Shut up, Helen!
Annie then gets into a little hit and run. Officer Rhodes shows up, disappointed she hasn't fixed her taillights yet. Code for, why did you ghost me after we made sweet, sweet love to each other? And like an STD, John Hamm shows up when nobody wants him to.
What's up, fuck buddy?
Rhodes storms off. Annie gets a lift from John, and he tries to get head from her. And normally, I would admire, I would respect the attempt. But in this case, John, get your ham away from my face. I'm just kidding. Put it there. I don't care. Like, just rub it all over. Slap me with it. Now we're at rock bottom. At home, watching Castaway, crying as Wilson the volleyball floats away in the ocean. Was it a volleyball? Just a ball, floating ball. Megan comes knocking. She has 9 puppies, 9 party favors. She overcommitted by 3. She was only ready to have 6, but that's not what she's here to talk about. She's here to confront Annie. Annie's complaining she has no friends, yet she's ignoring the friends that she has right now. She's choosing self-isolation. She wants to throw herself a pity party, and Megan is done with it.
You're shitty little cow!
And boom, problem solved. Annie still has some spunk left to fight and regain control of her life. So she bakes again, she hugs her mother, gets her taillights fixed, even fixes her mom up with the mechanic, guy named Bill Cosby. With a Z, it's a different Bill, and please do not bring it up. She leaves a cake at Officer Rhodes' door, but it's eaten by raccoons. And then the long-awaited wedding day is here. And plot twist, Helen shows up at Annie's doorstep crying, looking for help. What is this delicious groveling that is happening? Turns out Lillian is missing. MIA. Where is she? Why does nobody know where she is?
I don't know. You should know, right? You're her best friend. It's weird that you don't know.
It is weird, but at least Helen is crying, and she's an ugly crier, and that is exactly the win that Annie needed today. First order of business, track down Officer Rhodes and waste police resources in trying to find Lillian. He, of course, ignores her, so Annie gets his attention by driving recklessly, speeding, littering, texting and driving, getting wasted behind the wheel, driving topless, Tokyo drifting, pretending she's not even in the car. Annie's out of control. But guess what worked? Ramming the cop's car. He begrudgingly helps Annie track down Lillian's phone, and guess where she is? She's home. Annie finds Lillian depressed in bed. Everything got out of control. Helen took over everything, and now Lillian's father can't afford the wedding, and Annie's absence has made it extra hard to weather the storm. I smell a reconciliation. And also the ugliest wedding dress reveal ever. Are you ready? Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Jump scare. That is ugly. That's like if a loofah ate a lot and became a human-sized ugly loofah. But Annie's pep talk gives Lillian the courage to face the wedding again, because the only thing worse than having a wedding your father can't afford is having a wedding your father can't afford and that you're also not attending, you the bride, one of the main reasons why the wedding is happening in the first place.
You may now kiss the bride.
This is obscene. Did you hear that? I said obscene. But even more obscene than this obscenity is the fact that Helen hired Lillian's favorite band, Wilson Phillips, to play at her wedding. Side quest, how is their career doing that they're now doing wedding gigs? I told y'all, we're in a recession. We've always been in a recession. We never left the recession. And then Lillian and the dude that calls her dude a lot get married, and they drive off into eternal happiness, yada yada. How cute. Megan hid a gun in her brother's carry-on so airport security can rip him a new one. Get yourself a sister like Megan, like ASAP. Okay, if you have a sister and she's not like Megan, start training her now. Annie and Helen make up and will indeed be bonding beyond this film at Rockin' Sushi. Women in STEM. Sisters thriving endlessly. The only thing left to this perfect conclusion is Officer Rhodes showing up to give Annie a ride. He even fought the raccoons for the cake she left at his doorstep. They kiss. Happy ending. What else is there to say except for the fact that no one, and I mean no one, will ever top this film. It's untoppable. Like this video if you liked it, like this video if you didn't, comment down below if you liked it, comment down below if you didn't like it, and if you did like it or didn't like it, definitely subscribe to my channel. And until next time, stay safe, stay sane, stay stupid, and stay stuttering. Bye guys.